Hey everybody, it's me, Timmy Flyers guy. Thought I would do something a little different today, and that is I'm going to do a movie review of a 1990 made-for-TV movie called When You Remember Me, starring Fred Savage, Ellen Burstyn, and Kevin Spacey. When You Remember Me is a story about, well, actually, it's not really a true story, but a dramatization of a true story about Michael Patrick Smith. But in this movie, his name is Michael Mills. And the movie is about a kid with muscular dystrophy growing up in the 1970s. Named Michael Mills. In the beginning of the movie, he moves with his mother and his many siblings. He has a bunch of sisters in this movie. He ends up getting sent to a nursing home for old people because back then you didn't really know where to put people that had disabilities like this. Well, let me tell you, in 1973, if you were disabled, it was hard for you. It was an ordeal for people with disabilities back in that time. So he gets sent to this nursing home for old people. He's the only kid there. All the rest of the people there are patients, and this movie shows how shitty and how bad most nursing homes are. Let me tell you, I've been to a nursing home, but I've never been to a nursing home like the nursing home in that movie. Nursing homes in that movie. So, he meets this character named Wade, who is, I think, a social worker or something, and he gets Michael out of the nursing home he's in. He gets sent to, and let me tell you, at the first nursing home, there's a scene in that movie where the nurses, they're all playing cards. The orderlies are all playing cards. And this orderly is just shoving a pill down Michael's throat. And one part of the movie, he notices that one of his roommates, the oxygen is off. He calls the nurses. The nurses run in, and they help the lady out. And he witnesses the old lady just dying in the nursing home. And it flashes 4 years later, he gets taken out of the nursing home and sent to a different nursing home called Aspersia House. We meet the main antagonist, Ellen Burstyn, playing the role as Dr. Cooter, or Nurse Cooter. Let me tell you, she looks exactly like Nurse Ratched in this movie. It's such a crazy coincidence. And Michael tends to butt heads with Nurse Cooter. One scene, he orders a pizza, and the nurse tells him, we can't be doing that. If you didn't like we had dinner, you should have came up to me before then and told me you had a problem. So, he said, since he takes the pizza from, tries to take the pizza from, he said, no, it's mine. I paid for it with my own money. And she legit pulls him out of his wheelchair. He falls on the floor. And the best part of the movie, he calls her Barracuda. And that's like the best part in that movie. He calls him, your name's not Cooter. I'm like, Barracuda. And he meets this guy named Clay, who also has muscular dystrophy. And he's the only kid that made it to 19 years old. And And he befriends Michael, and many other people, they befriend Michael. They give they try to medicate Michael, but he spits the pills out. And the rest of the patients, they join in, and Michael seems like kind of a leader to all the people there. And they look up to Michael, they look up to him. They all look up to him, and they see him as a hero. Now, we get into a scene where he's trying to get people together for a Grateful Dead concert. And he's the nurse butts heads with his idea once again, and he talks to his friend Wade, and Wade helps him organize a trip to a Grateful Dead concert. During this trip, Clay gets really ill during the way it's very ill, and Michael is blamed for it and targeted by the nursing staff at this nursing home. After this, they fire Wade from recreations. They hire some new orderlies, some muscle-bound giant men as the orderlies. We see a scene where one of the orderlies tries to make Michael get a shower. They take his clothes off, and he's freezing cold. He's calling for a blanket, and probably one of the nurses that he became friends with helps him out. She gives him a blanket. She tries to help him out. She then gets fired for this act of kindness by Nurse Cooter. Michael then tells Wade about the changes at Aspersia House. And Wade steps in to help Michael out once again. Clay eventually dies in this movie, and that's like one of the saddest parts ever. Michael then says one of the most words that really touch your heart. And he says, he thought he could make, he said he could have made it till he could have made it to 20. We see the manager of the nursing home intimidate Michael. Michael sets up a lawsuit against the nursing home. And he is threatened by the boss, by the manager that works at this Aspersia House. Daniel then goes through with the law, and Michael then goes through with the lawsuit. He at the end of the court, and at the end of the movie, Michael wins the case. Shortly after the movie, it said that Michael Patrick Smith died 4 months later. This movie taught me a lot about the conditions of nursing homes. I've been to a nursing home, and it wasn't really that bad. The most problem they had is they were understaffed. But they don't compare to the conditions of the nursing homes in this movie. Having muscular dystrophy back then, it was hard. It was a hard ordeal for people back then, because back then you didn't really have home care nursing. You had to have a lot of money to afford home care nursing back then. And this movie shows that most nursing homes are not the best place for somebody to go, because you never know what the staff is going to be like. You never know what the conditions of the place are like. And this video teaches us that nursing homes are not always the best option. Believe me, I know. Believe me, I know. And Michael Patrick Smith is a hero to me. He's a hero because he had the balls to stand up to the crooked nursing practices of these nursing homes. And he won. He won. And to me, that's inspiring to me because I have muscular dystrophy. And somebody like me with a disability, with muscular dystrophy, is truly inspiring. It's a sad movie, but at the same time, it's very inspiring because Michael stuck up for the little guy. He stuck up for the people that are treated like shit because they're disabled. And that is why When You Remember Me is one of my favorite made-for-TV movies. If you haven't seen it, I suggest you watch it on YouTube. If you search it on there, you'll be able to watch the full movie on YouTube. It's a great movie. I suggest you check it out. If I will leave a spoiler alert in the description of this video, so before you watch this video, make sure you look in the description. Thank you and have a great day, everyone.